Hey guys, this is Philosopher King. How's it going? This is going to be an advanced BL battle between LC Drake and 7X. Now, I've profiled advanced BL battles before on this channel, just not often. But for those of you unfamiliar with it, it's basically advanced UU, only extended. You have a few more pokes that are in it. So you have things like Arcanine, you have things like Cloyster, you have things like Porygon 2 in it. So yeah, now, you think that would make it more popular, but it's not. Less than a dozen people play this tier, and there's a reason for that. You know, I mentioned a few pokes, but there's some that are really overpowered and basically make the tier broken. Things like Machamp, Porygon 2, Cloyster. I would say Armaldo would be one of them. Steelix, definitely. Yeah, I mean, there's probably more, but basically there's some pokes that just really are too good for this tier, but no one's really cared enough to make a ban list because not many people play it. But for those who do, it's just sort of a thing we do on the side, and it's a lot of fun. I guess another reason why many people don't play this tier is because it can be pretty stallish. Recently I went through a 700 battle with someone, and I'm not going to show you that battle, and this is nowhere near that long, but basically it can be stallish, which turns a lot of people off. But yeah, that aside, this is going to be a fun battle between LC Drake and 7X, so here we go. So I came into this one late. Looks like 7X had his Arcanine paralyzed somehow. I don't know how, but it is what it is. It's not too badly damaged, so it can still be useful. Sableye and Slowbro come in respectively on both sides. I don't know what to expect from Sableye. I have seen this team before. Oh, there we go. It's a knockoff Sableye. I faced 7X and he used the same team, it looks like, against me. Now, Slowbro really likes those leftovers. It has rest, but I mean, leftovers really keeps it from using rest more than it has to, which will allow 7X to come in on it, because Slowbro will eventually have to rest. And I mean, yeah, now it has to after getting poisoned by the Chansey. Rosalia comes in. That's a poke you see in advanced NU, but you know, this is BL, so anything's possible, I guess. Slowbro gets Sleep Talk off and gets Surf, but gets seeded in the process. This will likely prompt LC Drake to switch. Goes to his Arcanine as the Rosalia goes for rest. Now 7X is probably not going to want to take like a Flamethrower or Fire Blast to the face, so that should prompt him to switch. Goes to his own Arcanine. I guess that we know now how the Arcanine probably got paralyzed. Body Slam from LC Drake's Arcanine probably was the culprit. Slowbro comes in against the Flamethrower, and 7X quickly switches back to his Rosalia. Slowbro wakes up, goes for Calm Mind, which can be really deadly. Slowbro is one of the more dangerous pokes in Advanced BL, and it can be, I guess, sort of viable in Advanced OU. But that aside, Rosalia goes for Spikes, or rather 7X goes for Spikes. 7X goes for another layer of Spikes. I mean, LC Drake's at +4/+4, so yeah, and he only got 2 layers of Spikes up. I'm not sure if that's worth it. I don't know what 7X can do against this +4/+4 Slowbro. The advantage he has, though, is that the Slowbro is super slow, hence the name Slowbro, so maybe he can bring in a faster poke to take it out, because it is, after all, at half health, less than half health, but he may have to fodder something off to do so. So yeah, Slowbro was for another Calm Mind, so LC Drake has 3 layers of Spikes on his side, but you know, we haven't seen his entire team, so he may have a way to get rid of those. I'm surprised that he goes for rest here. I still think Surf would have done a whole lot. I mean, yeah, look at that, it does. But maybe he just was afraid of Seismic Toss and knew the Chansey would be faster, so he rested off just to be safe. But I mean, now he's at low health, and he didn't get the Sleep Talk he needed. So now Chansey is likely going to be able to take out the Slowbro, and if not the Chansey, then the Spikes on LC Drake's side. So yeah, he just fodders off the Slowbro, and what I think was pretty much a waste. Ursaring comes in, and now that's a poke that can hit hard, especially with Sword Dance, but Hitmontop is probably going to scare him out, or not. Ursaring goes for oh my gosh, another Swords Dance, because remember, Hitmontop has Intimidate, so now it's only at +3. So yeah, We'll see what he wants to do here. Return probably, the crit on return probably didn't matter there. So the Arcanine was just fodder no matter what. Ursaring switches out and he goes to Hypno. Hypno is a commonly used poke in Advanced UU, and it's just as useful in BL. It's a good wish passer, it can do a lot of things, put up screens, what have you. It's just a great support poke, as is Chansey, which both members have. 7X's Chansey tries to go for Toxic and misses, and LC Drake goes for Aromatherapy. Get rid of that status on his team. Rosalia comes in, probably going to go for Leech Seed, which is always a good thing to do against Chansey, given its massive amount of HP. Seismic Toss connects with Rosalia, but it doesn't really matter because Leech Seed blocks it all. LC Drake kind of makes a blunder here, goes for Toxic against the Rosalia, but Rosalia is poison type, so that Toxic is not going to work. So I'm not sure what LC Drake's trying to do here. Rosalia goes for Magical Leaf, gets a crit, but doesn't really matter. So yeah, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what players are trying to do. 7X is definitely in the better position because he has 3 layers of spikes up. But both guys switch out. Sableye versus Arcanine. Arcanine goes for Overheat, which would have been really hard against the Sableye. I'm not sure it would have killed it though, but it would have done a ton, I'm sure. Walrein comes in for 7X. I'm not sure what to expect there. Surf is obvious. Hypno goes for Thunder Wave and gets a wish off as the Walrein gets paralyzed, so that's good. The Hypno's back to full health after leftovers and wish. And then LC Drake goes for Reflect as Chansey comes in. Chansey goes for Heal Bell. Hypno goes for Wish again. Ursaring gets poisoned, however, it does get healed by Wish in the process. Ursaring gonna try to start sweeping with Swords Dance. Hypnontop, they're the answer. Hypnontop gets an Intimidate off. Ursaring goes for Return. Sableye misses, and it misses thanks to Sableye's Ghost typing. Ursaring goes for a second Swords Dance as Sableye goes for Protect. That was good prediction on LC Drake's part. Now he's all in on this. Earthquake crit from Ursaring. I'm not sure if that mattered since it is at a substantial level of attack power. Sableye comes in to go for Protect again, so yeah, Poison takes off Ursaring, but man, did it do some damage. It took out Arcanine on 7X's side and Walrein. Houndoom coming in. I'm not sure what it can do against the Sableye. Remember, Sableye is a dark type also, so Pursuit won't do a whole lot. It only does 19%. I guess you were expecting the switch, and then Knockoff connects, so Houndoom's not getting any leftovers recovery. Complicating this is the fact that LC Drake now has spikes on his side, 3, and so that means that Houndoom is just going to get continually battered every time he brings it in. And now pretty much all 7X has to do at this point is just keep spamming Knockoff on LC Drake's pokes, and he should come out the victor in this. LC Drake seems to be at a real disadvantage. Leech Seed connects against the Chansey. Chansey goes for Soft Boil, but I mean, doesn't look like LC Drake has any real way of harming 7X's team. Ursaring was the best bet, but it was poisoned, and now it's dead. So let's look at LC Drake's team. He has Chansey, of course. He has Arcanine. I'm not sure if that'll do it. I don't think the Arcanine has Howl or anything to raise its attack or boost its stats. Hypno won't do it, and Houndoom I don't think will do it. So we might be actually going through the motions at this point. Either LC Drake is just gonna lose to spikes, or if it comes down to it, PP, because LC Drake just can't break through 7X's team. So yeah, here comes Sableye again, probably gonna go for Knockoff or something. LC Drake knows that Hypno still has its leftovers, so Chansey comes in because it was already knocked off. Now LC Drake's Chansey is now subject to Torment, so it can't use Soft Boiled again. And that will prompt Rosalia to come in, go for Toxic. That'll prompt Rosalia to go for Leech Seed. Now, I'm not sure why LC Drake went for Toxic there. I guess that's his only mode of offense. LC Drake says, you know, I'd load my scissor team. I guess he's saying if I had my scissor team, I'd be better off. Which, I don't know if he would be. I mean, he's still, you know, I don't know what his scissor team looks like, but he'd still have to contend with the Arcanine. But the scissor would definitely afford him another poke that would allow him to start sweeping. Sword Stance Scissor can be a pretty viable poke in Advanced BL. It also has a way of recovering. It has Morning Sun, believe it or not. So Scissor can be a sweeper, and it can recover as it goes along to do so. But yeah, Arcanine dies to Spikes, coming in against a Chansey. Hypno gets healed off by Wish, but can't really harm the Chansey at all. And yeah, Toxic connects against the Hypno. Not sure if there's any way for him to heal that off. Healbill gets rid of the Para on Chansey's side. Hitmontop comes in against the Chansey. It'll probably take a massive chunk from Brick Break. It does 57%. Hitmontop gets hit with Toxic. That's pretty much LC Drake's only offensive move at this point. Hypno's Poison too, which is pretty bad. And Hitmontop might be running HP Ghost or something, which would also be pretty bad, and it is. Hypno goes for Wish, but it dies to poison damage, so all that's left is Houndoom and the other poke. My memory is really bad. Chansey, and I don't think that'll do it unless Houndoom has beat up or something. This Chansey's pretty much safe, and it doesn't. So Crunch only does 18%, then 17%, then gets poisoned by Chansey. Yeah, it's pretty much game over. Hitmontop comes in, and it's pretty much gonna sweep the rest of LC Drake's team. Brick Break connects. Chansey goes for Aromatherapy. Just going through the motions. GG. And let's see what Houndoom can do. Alright, 65%. We'll see. What will it do? Fire Blast does 59%, doesn't get a burn to perhaps survive the Brick Break, and yep, Houndoom dies, and it's a 4-0 victory for 7X. So like I said, BL can be a fun tier in that it allows you to do things in Advanced OU you can't. So, you don't have to worry about T-Tar, for instance. Sandstream doesn't exist. You don't have to worry about things like Scarm, so you don't really have to. Having a spinner isn't necessarily crucial in BL. It's recommended, but it's not exactly as dire if you don't have a spiker. And I mean, it can be a little long. This was an 85 turn battle, but that's pretty short for BL. So if any of you are interested in this tier, I recommend trying it out. We need more people, and it's always nice to see some new faces, so give it a shot. Until next time though, this is going to be Philosopher King signing out.